I'm Michelle Gumabao, and welcome to The Score, where we tackle the hottest and trending topics in sports. The Golden State Warriors are through to their fifth straight NBA Finals, but despite missing the services of their all-star front court of Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins, the Warriors have won the title before without KD. But if Durant can't play again this season, will it hurt their chances of a three-peat? Joining me today to discuss KD and his effect on the Warriors, we have Eric Menk. Hi, Coach Eric. Thank you for coming here to The Score with us.
Thanks for having me back.
Thank you so much. And we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors, and most importantly, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, they've won. The Warriors has won already a championship before without him. How do you think they will fare in the coming finals without him?
I think they'll be just fine. They've been undefeated in the playoffs without him so far. In the history of Durant joining their team, I think they're 31-1 without him in the last 32 contests. So I still think that they're going to be the favorites and have a great chance to win it.
Everybody thinks so as well. But, Coach, they also have a couple more players who are injured. Iguodala is also injured. DeMarcus Cousins, as we said earlier. How do you think this will affect the ball distribution in the play of Golden State?
Well, I think that can hurt them. There's a number. It's a numbers game, right? So there is a line where they have too many injuries where it's going to hurt them. And I think Iguodala is the big injury that I'd be concerned with. He's really great for their defense. He's a good passer, and he's a capable scorer. So they need him back, and without him, they're going to struggle, I think, a little bit. But there's a big gap between the semifinals and finals, so hopefully that'll help Iguodala's health.
Especially in the extended series in the Eastern Conference. Now that we're looking at their fifth straight title, what do you think, Coach, what is it about the Golden State Warriors that keeps getting them back in the finals?
Well, they have great players. Steph Curry, we know he's the two-time MVP. They have Draymond Green, who's a defensive player of the year. Klay Thompson is a great two-way player. So they have great chemistry. They have a good coach in Steve Kerr, and great role players. We've seen in this playoffs many times their role players step up and produce when they've had these injuries. Other guys have come in and done a great job for them. So they have a great organization there from top to bottom, role players, stars, and just great chemistry.
Who do you think, Coach Eric, will be the role player that will step up in the finals?
Well, I think Kevin Looney has done a great job for them. So far this finals, he's surprised a lot of people with the way he's able to defend on the perimeter and also rebound. And they've had guys like McKinney and Quinn Cook. Jordan Bell as well has come in and played a big role for them. So they have guys that come in, know what they're doing, know their role, and really enhance the star players and make them better.
And that's the most important thing. Like we saw in the East, it's really the bench that changed the tide of the game and the momentum of the game, definitely. Kevin Durant, he's out with an injury. We mentioned it earlier. And some people say, Coach, that the Golden State Warriors are performing better, or they're not feeling the effect that he wasn't there in game number 4. What do you think went down in that game?
Well, Durant is obviously a great player, one of the best players on the planet. Some people think he's the best player. I certainly think that the Warriors are playing inspired basketball without him. There's always kind of been the excuse since he's joined them that it's unfair and that they're only winning because they have the unfair advantage. But they're showing that they don't necessarily need him to win. He's a luxury to have, but they're more than capable of competing for a title and winning a title without him.
It's unfair, but they got themselves to the finals, and it's a well-deserved run for them. But he's a free agent this year. Where do you think? Is he going to stay, or is he going to go?
He's definitely leaving, and I think that's good for the NBA. It's good to see. I like the Warriors without Durant. To me, they're more fun to watch. Draymond Green becomes more of a playmaker. Curry has the ball a little bit more. So I think that the Warriors will be fine, and then whatever team he goes to, wink, wink, New York Knicks, he'll make them a lot better. So he's definitely leaving.
So in this finals, you said a while ago that we won't feel the loss of Kevin Durant. Who do you think will meet Golden State at the top?
Well, right now, I think Milwaukee. I've kind of picked Milwaukee before the playoffs even began to make the finals. So I still think that they have You know, it's tied 2-2, but they have 2 of the next 3 games on their home court. And also Toronto, we don't know how healthy Kawhi Leonard is, and if he's not healthy, that puts them at a huge disadvantage. So I still like Milwaukee in the East.
So if it's Milwaukee, Coach, who do you think, without Kevin Durant, who will be able to stop Giannis with his height and his performance in the playoffs?
Well, I think Draymond Green, that'll be a lot of his responsibility. He's known for his defense. Iguodala, if he's healthy, he would be another guy that would defend him. Maybe Jordan Bell, who's a bigger athletic guy. But having Kevin Durant would definitely help them, especially offensively and defensively. But if they're playing Milwaukee, they're going to have to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Durant has a similar body type to match up with him, and just as an extra body to throw at as such a dominant player.
We all know that Golden State can shoot on offense. It may be 2s or 3s, they have it all together. But when it comes to defense, we have a lot more players who need to step up against Giannis. Who do you think will be the X factor in the game in the finals?
Well, I think for Golden State, it's just a team effort. Like, I don't think one guy is going to be able to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo, especially if Milwaukee is hitting their outside shots. So it really has to be a team effort. They have to kind of build the wall to close off the lane for Giannis and then get out to their shooters and hope for the best.
But Coach Eric, if we're going to talk about the finals already, no matter who's going to be at top with the Golden State Warriors, will they have this year's championship?
Oh, man, that's going to be tough. I've kind of picked Milwaukee, like I said, all along, but it'd be dumb to bet against the Golden State Warriors. They're definitely going to be the favorites, even though they don't have home court. I think they'll be the favorites with or without Kevin Durant in this finals, and most people expect them to win it.
A lot of people and also a lot of fans of the NBA and the Golden State. Thank you so much, Coach, for joining us here. A lot of great insight from you in the NBA. The WNBA legend Tisha Penicheiro was in town recently for the Junior NBA Philippines. We caught up with the WNBA legend, and here's our exclusive interview.
And now we're joined by 4-time WNBA All-Star and Hall of Famer Tisha Penicheiro. Welcome to The Score, and welcome also to the Philippines. Now, Tisha, I wanted to ask, how has the game changed, in the WNBA from the time that you were playing and now?
Well, WNBA started in 1997, so it's been over, 20 years.
Yeah.
And to me, the level of play, the level of competition is much, much better. Little girls now can start working, towards playing in the WNBA. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be like Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan. Now little girls can watch the WNBA and really have a reality dream to play in the WNBA. So I think is the most competitive league in the world for sure.
You're one of the best point guards in the WNBA. What did it take for you to penetrate such a male-dominated sport, and how did you make your mark?
It was tough, especially growing up in Portugal, where it's a soccer-dominated country. But luckily, my dad played basketball, and then he was a coach, and my older brother also played basketball. So at a very young age, I was introduced to basketball. They gave me a basketball, and it was love at first sight. I had a playground right across the street from my house, and a lot of the times it was me and the boys playing. And in the beginning, they were like, oh, she's a girl, she can play. But slowly, I started getting accepted, and I wanted to go to the U.S., to college, and got a scholarship, went, and never left. Now I'm an American citizen, played 15 years in the WNBA, and I'm here now to be a junior ambassador.
Tisha, you're a Hall of Famer. What are your secrets to success?
To love what you do, but also work hard. I think those are the two things that I know that I did, and it worked out for me. I completely love the game, and I worked hard every day to get better and to, And I didn't know, I dreamed about playing the NBA, but that was not a realistic dream, right? But there was no WNBA when I was around, when I was a little girl. So, these kids, what's the most important thing is that they have fun, because they are still kids, and to have big dreams and to work hard to accomplish those dreams.
Could you give us a short message to the girls who want to make it to the WNBA?
Yeah, if it happened to me, it can happen to anybody. Nobody touched me with a magic wand when I was growing up or when I was born. A lot of work, a lot of hard work, dedication, commitment, sacrifice. All of those things are important to succeed. I kind of wanted to go to the States, and I took a step in the dark. I left my family behind, my country, and I kind of just went after my dreams, and it worked out for me. So I think, these kids these days have to really put in the work, and, hopefully one day we have a Filipino young lady in the WNBA and maybe the NBA as well.
Tisha, you're also known for, the flashy stuff. And of course, when kids watch that, they can't help but, try to also want to copy your moves as well. But what's your advice on them trying to, I guess, copy those flashy moves of yours?
Let's try like with the fundamentals first. Let's try first to make sure you know how to dribble, pass, and shoot the right way. And I mean, I'm all for kids having fun, and if you know what you're doing, go for it. But to me, it was also important to win. It was very important to win. So sometimes you just got to see time and score, and to know when is appropriate to do it.
Wow, that's true. And then you transitioned into being a sports agent after you retired. So how has the transition been? Like, why make that decision? Make that mark in a sense.
Yeah.
Because usually people go to coaching.
Right. I was a point guard, so I kind of coached all my life, and I was like, I need a career change. But I knew that I wanted to stay close to the game. It's what I love, is my passion. And I also felt like there wasn't enough women representing women, especially women that actually play the game. So, and like you said, it's not just being an agent, it's being a mentor.
That's true.
And helping the young generation transition into the professional level, not just in the WNBA, but also overseas. And I literally have been in their shoes. When I give advice, it's by experience.
Exactly.
So it's been a great transition, very smooth, and I love my job.
When you scout, what are the things that you look for, in a player?
Definitely talent, but also I want to represent, good people. I think I always say, I represent you, but you represent me too. So I want to represent good people, people that work hard, that respect the game. Obviously you want to represent good players.
Thank you so much, Tisha, for joining us today, and of course for sharing your story and inspiring little girls. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here in the Philippines. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
When we return, we'll chat with the champions of the UAAP Men's Football Tournament, the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Don't go away.